Oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
Hey, I'm Issa, and I'm learning to convert this van all by myself while traveling out of it as much as possible.
It has been some time since I've recorded anything or worked on the van. Part of that was I had a trip to go up to Washington State to see some family, and I just hustled. I've had so many issues with getting the air conditioner to work, which was a real pistol because I needed it traveling up. There's a few more things I need to do. It's kind of working. Mostly. That's a video another day. So I'm going to get back to it. Honestly, I just want to sleep. I just want to rest and sleep. I had a week to do that. And it feels like it wasn't enough, but I've healed some of the issues I've had with my hands and arms after putting the AC system in. I got real sore. It was bad work. So I am going today to do some super, I think, hopefully simple things. Just take the stuff out of the van that I no longer need. I'm going to take the chair out for my niece because no trips planned with her, and I'm getting ready for a big trip to Alaska. Just me and Riker. So I need to have most of the van done for that. Okay, ooh, it's slightly raining. Well, I felt one teeny drop. So I did a ton to the van. Well, I feel like it was the ton to the van in the last week or two before I took my trip, and I just didn't film. I needed to hustle. I had to do 4 different trips to automotive shops. Actually, I had to do 5 different trips to automotive shops to try to get the AC working. So let me just give you a quick rundown of what I've done. So, air conditioning, evaporator. I want to do something to cover this up. This tar tape is so ugly. It sticks to everything. It's going to be covered in dog hair as soon as I'm living in it. But I got a lot of the wiring and plumbing done. I haven't tested it yet for my water sources. So they're secured up the run, of course, for the AC. The big thing, I guess you can see, I put the bed in and I just used some bed slats. I think I'm going to leave it like this. I don't know if that's going to be the permanent, but for a few months it's going to work. This I've framed out. This is Riker's dog kennel, and that's another thing I did. Framed it out. I've secured it to the bed, which is secured to, these are 2x8s? They're 2x6s. I think these are 2x8s. I have 3 of those going across from each board. They're basically mounted to the 3/4 inch plywood, supported also with these upper struts, so I have some storage space along here, which is a mess, and then a small storage space along here, which my ladder kind of fits in. I'll gotta figure stuff out. I have since learned, though, that the solar company I was working with, they sent me the wrong battery protect. So they did make it right, they sent the new one, but I still have to install it. That's another project, which I'm not going to do today because I'm currently charging up the battery bank because it got very low and I was testing out some AC stuff. So that's what we look like from the back. Alright, from the inside, it's our emergency toilet. I was hoping I would have time to install this properly. I did not, so I just rigged this up to the D-rings that are part of the system with this ratchet strap. And coming in, don't worry, the toilet's clean. Of course, my niece's seat, and here's the bed from the top. This is the kennel, and I'm gonna do a better tour of everything some other time. So here's that small storage space on the side. Obviously, I still need to clean up the wires. We're gonna have a control panel up here, so let's just not talk about the mess. Here, I've wrapped wiring around it, but this, with the mini cell coming out, not mini cell, with the thin fillet sticking out, is the pipe for the toilet, because this is where the toilet's going to go. So this is the next thing I'm going to build out, the place for the toilet to live. Yeah, I'm wearing socks with my sandals. Here, there's mosquitoes. That's why I'm wearing them, okay? So this is not a style statement. So I've got the hole drilled for that. Again, more detail on this, but just a quick rundown. And then of course the breaker, that's for the AC. And then the hole includes an extra kind of carved out divot for the air conditioning, which is a whole nother can of worms we'll get into another time. Here is the water system on the other side. That's really all I did. So that's really all of the things I did before the trip, and it was a lot. Again, it's like 100 to 110 here. Lows are 90s, yay. So even when it's dark, it's an oven. But now I have another thing to plan for. Alaska. So the goals for Alaska. I want to have plumbing finish, including the hot water. So count those maybe as 1.5 things. I want to have my partition wall finished, and I want to have the kitchen area finished. In the sense that I have a place for my refrigerator and the sink plumbing. So as long as I have like a countertop and the refrigerator, that's the goal with that one. And then the toilet and the accompanying bench. So I think I have like a month to do all that. I'm not going to be able to get everything. I can't do my upper cabinets for the kitchen. I don't think I'll get those done. I doubt I'll be able to finish the ceiling in the front, but at least it's insulated. This van build, the AC specifically, I mean, holy, takes too much friggin' time, mamoli. A new phrase. Take that to the bank. Good morning. So Riker is in his spot, in his seat, and I am going to upgrade the electric today. So the company that I was working with for the electrical system, they gave me their like standard size for their kit for the battery protect, as well as one of the DC breaker switches, as well as the wire gauges. Now I did work with them specifically for the air conditioning system. So they realized, because my air conditioning, when I was running it, when I ran it on the higher fan speeds, it would break my battery protect. So I reached out to them. They realized the mistake that was made. They were really great about it. Immediately, like, let me know what was going on, sent me the things as fast as they could. It was over the holiday, so that made it like a little challenging to get it in time. So I'm just now getting around to it, and I got the parts probably a week ago. So I'll send them back their other parts and switch out wires and such. The kicker is the bed's already in, and so is the kennel. So I have a lot less room to work, and I'm not sure if everything's gonna fit. So this will be interesting. But hopefully this is the solution to the air conditioning and why it's not working. TBD. Okay, so this is hard to maneuver in here now. Oh, how am I going to do this? So basically these two components here are what I need to replace. So we're going to have is that focused? We're upgrading that breaker, and we're upgrading that battery protect. That electrical tape is over it because it has an LED light, and I can't stand light pollution. So I'm doing everything in this van I can that when I'm asleep it'll be nice and pitch dark. Okay, I just want to cover up my battery terminal hubs here because I don't want the screwdriver to fall on it, and I'm so precariously placed that I'm sure stuff is gonna fall. Okay, everything's off. Oh. Take out my jumper, or whatever these are called. So annoying. I wish they'd set the right one in the first place and I didn't have all my shit built around it. But I guess this is the test, because I wanted to always have access to my system. And I guess this is technically access. No matter how poor it is. I gotta get my socket set. Okay, another irritation. So they sent me all the components that I was going to need, including new lugs. Now, I'm going to preface this. This is my fault. I should have checked everything. But the way they packaged everything together, I had heat shrink sleeves for the black wires and heat shrink sleeves for the red wires. And I just automatically took each lug. Well, there's a difference between the lugs as far as their opening. So this one is like 1/4 inch, I think. And then this one's like something like 3/8. So the difference between the two, can you see? And what, that's hard to see. But the difference between the two and what they'll fit varies, which kind of screws up the whole thing. But I don't get extra lugs. I get the ones I've already put on. So I can make it work with the ones that are too big. I'm going to add a washer. But I had to drill out, I had 2 of the small ones on my black wire. So I had to like use my Dremel to drill it out. The other thing is these new heat shrink sleeves they sent me are kind of crap. They shrink quite a bit, which is the point, but they barely cover. Can you see the part that's the heat shrink? This kind of more pinker color, and then there's quite a bit of the adhesive, so they shrink up a lot and leave the adhesive behind, which, okay, that's fine. This obviously was not a great crimp because I have some space there. Versus the one I had to just find like an extra heat shrink that would fit this 2-gauge wire. I just made a 4-gauge one fit. Not super well, but see the difference in the length between those sleeves and how, so this one is the one that shrank up like 3 times or whatever it is. This one shrank up like, I don't know, friggin' 6 times. I don't know the exact shrinking, but I'm just tired of like finding these things. You know, I need to double check things, and I should have learned this lesson by now, but like, come on, why are you putting, they even put the little sleeves over the lugs, like the black sleeves, like those go to your black ones in a separate package as well. So I've increased the wire size where? So we've got a new battery protect, and that's a new circuit breaker next to it, and larger gauge wires to and fro, all of those things. So larger gauge wire is going to the fuse box. It's like a maze, a jungle going through the wires, the mess of wires, and then everything put to the battery. Ooh, it's so messy. Oh, this is a real pain in the patates. Why are we not focusing?